My name is Lisa Sarges. I am author of Diary of a Fat Girl. This documents the first year after my gastric bypass surgery and what it's like to deal with recovery from an eating disorder and learning to love, nurture, and accept myself. It's first in a series because it is an ongoing learning of the life skill of self-care. So I just got out of the doctor's office. I had some very serious anemia. My hemoglobin was down to 5. That's rather serious since normal is between 11 and 13. So they were looking for possible internal bleeding. I went to the cardiologist. My heart is normal after 3 very involved and expensive tests. Then I went to the gastroenterologist, endoscopy, colonoscopy, camera in a capsule, normal. So the doctor today said, well, it's most likely malabsorption due to the gastric bypass. You see, with the gastric bypass, you are supposed to malabsorb or not absorb as many calories, but you also don't absorb as many nutrients. So a side effect. Now, it's been 10 years. I had the gastric bypass in 2006. I've lost quite a lot of hair. I was desperately anemic. So what do? Well, take supplements, right? But if you're malabsorbing food, you're going to malabsorb supplements. And with the decreased amount of hydrochloric acid, which is what the stomach produces to digest your food, how does the supplement get broken down and absorbed? So it's a matter of reducing inflammation, down-regulating inflammation in the digestive tract so that nutrients can be absorbed. That involves changes in eating habits, ingesting a lot of anti-inflammatory foods, free-range eggs, grass-fed beef, raw butter, coconut oil, avoiding, of course, man-made processed oils that cause a lot of inflammation, corn oil, safflower oil, canola oil, all of that, highly inflammatory foods, avoiding grains, hard to digest vegetables, so you have to stick with the tubers, the carrots, the parsnips, potatoes, things of that nature. And of course, regulating blood sugar. So my work is cut out for me, and it involves daily mindfulness about what goes into my mouth. The doctor also found that my pouch is large. When you have a gastric bypass, they separate the stomach away. It's still in there. It's still sort of functioning. It produces hydrochloric acid, but it goes down late in the digestive game and not as efficiently. But the small pouch that restricts the amount of food you can eat at one sitting, which should be less than like a half a cup or less, well, I've stretched mine out by eating food. That thing we need. We need food, air, water, safety. These are the basic needs of humanity. Eating more than half a cup of food at a sitting is too much, and I have stretched my pouch. You can call this normal human hunger. You can call it an eating disorder. You can call it using food for comfort. You can call it all those things. This is what I'm dealing with. So, the day of my gastric bypass, I weighed about 377. A few weeks prior to that, and prior to that, I had reached over 400 pounds. But with the pre-op dieting and using a CPAP and various things that help you, maintain a lighter weight, I was down to 377 the day of the surgery. So I've kept off 140 pounds since the gastric bypass. I did gain back between 70 and 80, but I lost that again, and now I'm stuck. I've hit a nice plateau that has not been broken in, 3 years? So the doctor today, I said, "Doc, are you a surgeon?" He says, "No, I'm not. Why?" And I says, "Well, you say I have a large pouch. Can that be made smaller?" And he said, "What, through surgery?" I said, "Yeah, through surgery." He says, "Every time you have one of these surgeries, you're taking risks. I want to see you do this on your own." And what's this? Losing the rest of the weight. Now, here's where my dilemma comes in. Do I want to love and accept myself exactly as I am? Can I live life in this body that is considered fat by society standards and is considered morbidly obese by medical standards and is heavy on my joints by my standards? Do I lose the rest of the weight, or do I just try to love, accept, and nurture myself in the body I have and stop focusing on weight loss? This is a problem for me because both outcomes appeal to me. So how can I combine them both? I would love to say, no, I'm going to love and accept and rock the body that I have, when all my life I have tried to and strived for weight loss and thinness. Why? Why would one do that? Well, because doctors frighten you and tell you that morbidly obese, the death fat, and you will have health issues and you will die. Your fat will kill you. That's what they sing to you. All the doctors, even if you're at a dentist to have a tooth pulled, someone will say, "How about your weight?" I'll be like, "I'm not here for that." Society favors thinness. We have a beauty standard in the society. There is definitely something called fat prejudice and thin privilege, where people who are deemed to be more attractive, therefore more acceptable, the smaller you are. And so we have this thin at all costs mentality. And this is why, one of the reasons why people run to have weight loss surgery. A lot of times it's for health issues. They're convinced that they will be healthier at a lighter weight, and that the way to do that is to eat less and diet. And another motivator is people want to look good. Now, I'm not saying we can't look good at the weight we're at. Sure we can. But there is definitely a large segment of the population that's going to make fat people feel bad about taking up space, about feeling bad, about being fat. And so I waffle. Waffling is a very difficult place to be. Every time you make a decision about what food to put in your mouth, whether to run or rest, how to love and accept oneself while trying to change, this presents such a head trip of, what do I do now? And if food is your self-soothing substance, you become upset and you run to self-soothe. Doctor today said, eat salad. I don't argue. I don't say anything. Cellulose is not digestible. It causes digestive issues and inflammation and problems there. So his suggestion is that, well, if you like to eat, he says, what's your weakness? Puppies and kittens. No, my weakness is, weakness defined by the question he asked. I said, I eat at night. I go all day, eating sparingly because I get a lot of pain if I eat a normal amount of food. You're not supposed to eat a normal amount of food, remember, weight loss surgery. So by the time evening comes, not only am I tired, but I am hungry. And since I'm home for the evening, that's when the eating happens, and too many calories go in late at night. You don't really use them or burn them. So he says, well, eat salad with a little bit of dressing. There's no calories in vegetables. Eat vegetables, eat salad. And then my thought is, yeah, but that causes a lot of digestive problems. That is not on my anti-inflammatory regimen. So here we go. He says, I want to see you do this on your own. You can do this. I want you to tell yourself that you can do this. He says, what do you teach? I said, I teach religion. I also teach psychology, but I'm mainly a religion professor. That's where I'm employed right now. He says, your body is a temple. Your body is your church. That's where you live. Take care of it. He's very kind. I don't want to give you the impression that he was unkind. He just presents to me, he says these beautiful, encouraging things. And here I am with my indecision of, well, shouldn't I just love myself where I'm at? Shouldn't I just take the focus off of weight loss? And that's battling with the part of me that says, no, I would love to be smaller. I would love to feel lighter. I would love to look good by society's standards. I'd like to be TV, have TVQ. Oh, that's ego. Well, ego can be very motivating. So what do I do? I don't know that there's... The right answer is whatever you choose the right answer to be. It's important we make decisions and then focus and then act on what we envision our goal to be. And when I have this waffling back and forth, it's a matter of, no, eat for nutrients, eat for nourishment, eat for pleasure if you like. It's, you live once, enjoy life. And then there's the, but I've been doing this all my life. Wouldn't it be nice to spend the next half of my life, I'm 52, I plan on living to be over 100, the next half of my life in a lighter, slim body, and not have to have the stigma and the societal pressure to be something that I'm not. I don't know. When I say these things out loud, it almost answers the question itself. Just love yourself exactly where you're at. Nourish yourself with the best possible foods. Take the focus off of weight loss and just focus on freedom. I had my first weight loss surgery when I was 23 years old. Get my book. You will see what I went through. Since 5 years old, since the pediatrician said, well, she's slightly overweight, and my mother switched me to skim milk. I think that's the opening line to the book. It all started with the skim milk. Do I finally just do it so I can experience it? It's like, God, please let me hit the Powerball so I can show you that being wealthy won't change me and I'll still be a good person. Let me be thin so I can experience what it's like and then decide, no, I could have just been happy in the body I've already had. I don't want you to think I'm the anti-weight loss surgery girl. I am the storytelling girl. I am going to talk about my experiences and you take whatever lessons you want to take. It's like Bruce Lee says, you take what you can use and leave the rest. And I'll keep telling my story. And maybe that'll help you to get some clarity on what your goals are and what you wish to do with that beautiful body you're given with your temple. Hi, guy next to me. I park at the far end of the park.